kind of been talking about the last couple weeks. You wanted the players to feel the kind of the taste of victory and everything. Now that you guys have one under your belt, just tell me, what's kind of the first thing going through your mind?
I'm just happy for the kids just to go through the year we went through. And you when you get victory, it's usually you think of the journey and to know where we came from through the pandemic, through the quarantines, being shut down, and to be able to go out, and get a win for our kids, get a win for Youngstown, get a win for the fans that were in the stands who were incredible. You could hear them. I mean, that's what we work for, and I'm just so proud of our kids. And they always say, "Hey, we want to get your first," and I'm like, "Guys, this is about you guys." I'm just fortunate enough I get to lead and serve this team, but I'm just so happy they get to taste that victory through the hard work that they put in this past year.
After being so close the last 2 weeks, kind of this was a game where you guys really played a complete game, both offensively and defensively. How pleased were you on the effort on both sides of the ball?
Going in, we discussed, first of all, we discussed reality, that this team put 56 points, the last time we played. So, that's the reality. And then we put in that we had to take that next step and learn how to finish. And probably that last drive when there was 4.5 minutes, I said, we don't want our defense to get back on the field, gentlemen. And I thought up front, our guys took that and learned to finish a football game. And that was the emphasis all week. And, we used different things. You use parables. You use different stories of what it's like, how to finish. And, our guys did that. And I still think we haven't played a complete game, where our special teams, complementary football, we're special teams, defense, and offense. But we took another step closer to that.
Coach, playing the South Dakota team, they're a team that loves to pass the ball. They're high, up tempo, pistol formation offense. Does that kind of give you opportunities to record sacks? You guys have packed it in. It seemed like the defense is really all over the ball and all over the quarterback.
Yeah, we did, and we are continuing getting better. That 1% better, and every week. I thought last Saturday we were better than the week before, and I think this Saturday we're so much better than where we were 7 days ago. So for them to accept the challenge that we had to get pressure on that quarterback, and I haven't even looked at the stats yet, but I thought our defense played lights out, played hard for 4 quarters, and I thought that was the difference in the ball game.
How important was it too for Christian, kind of one of the older guys in the team, to come out, have a really good game, have a have a couple of touchdowns? And how important was it for him to kind of come out and really play well for you guys this afternoon?
Got to see him right after the game, and Christian's one. He's a journeyman. He's had his highs and lows here with the program, and he's stuck it out. And to see him flourish the last 2 weeks, I couldn't be any more prouder. He's a great leader in that locker room. I think our boys look to him for that leadership. We're young, so anytime you get someone that's been through the highs and lows of college football, Christian would be one of those. But to see him succeed and see him explode there on that touchdown, I mean, I was just so happy for him.
With the early momentum, you guys were up early. There was the fumble on the punt, but you guys held them to 3 points there after they had great field position. Was that kind of a big kind of momentum moment for you guys to kind of just hold them to 3 and kind of keep them out of the red zone?
It was. I felt there in the second quarter was kind of a different feeling second quarter. I thought the first quarter rolled off script, and, then we got caught on, muffing a punt, got bad field position. Then we had some things I haven't seen this year, which were pre-snap penalties. They're down on the goal line, so communication. So there are some things we had to come in at halftime and we had to clean up to go out there and, 0-0 at halftime. We got to go back out there and play for 2 quarters and make sure that we finish the football game.
Grant has really come in here and played his tail off. What did you say about him? It seemed like, he's really been playing really well for you guys these past 3 or 4 games.
Well, we talk about every day, there's 3 type of players, and you're either play hard, go hard, or lazy. And we don't have lazy players here. But the difference between a play hard, they do it every play, no matter what. And, go hard picks and chooses. Grant don't pick and choose when to go hard. He plays hard every play. and he finds out last week, he didn't get a strip fumble, but he caused a fumble. We weren't fortunate the ball didn't bounce our way and recover it. You see today, he made those plays today, and, those turnovers were huge to get our offense to field position and be able to gain that momentum in the second half.
Offensive
And I
line.
was just about to ask that too. I mean, I'm sure you have to be quite pleased with the way you guys kind of produce turnovers there defensively this afternoon, right?
We did. I mean, that's the goal is, we got to constantly, work on creating those explosives, work on creating turnovers. And, those are things we work on each and every day. And to be able to see it on Saturday, what you do in practice will show up on Saturday.
This is a great team coming in next week from North Dakota, but how much momentum can this win really give you guys going into next Saturday now that you guys have a win to build on?
We want to take one day at a time, one play at a time, and one game at a time. And that's kind of how we looked in going into the second part of the season. And, I've seen just UND on film. And today, though, wins are hard to do. So we're going to enjoy the win today and tonight. And tomorrow we'll grade this and evaluate and look where we need to get better and then start the preparation for next week. But, again, definitely just having your kids believing in the process. I think that was the biggest step today. They got to taste that victory and go sing the fight song in that locker room. And again, I'm happy for those young men.
And last question from me, Coach. How pleased are you with progress here from week 1 here to week 5?
I think if anyone looks defensively, you got to look up front on our offensive line. And even today, we had to throw in a true freshman at left tackle. Dan Becker went down, and, he's fine. Probably would have played in a closer game there in the second half. But David Metzler, Aiden Parker, Jason Williams, Derek Height, Mike McAllister. I mean, those guys, where we were week 1 on our offensive line to where they are now, you see the confidence. But we still got a lot of improvement, and again, I always stress this, I can't wait to get back in the weight room and really develop and get stronger for those guys.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Talk about finishing, and obviously today kind of wore them out, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, that finish, we kind of saw it. I thought, that drive that Christian scored the touchdown. I think Jaleel, we didn't have much there, but he had bodies on bodies, and he made one guy miss, and there wasn't much of a hole there, and he exploded for about 12 yards. And I remember on the phone, gosh, if we can build off that, right now we can finish this football game. And the next play, Christian goes in and, hits that big run to score the touchdown. But there's nothing like getting the ball back in a game with 5 minutes to go and not punting the football and being able to run the clock, knowing they have timeouts, getting the tough first downs, because it went back. I mean, we were talking in the huddle, guys, we're going to learn from this. Last week, it was just one more first down. If we get one more first down, we finished the game last week. And to be able to see our guys learn from that experience and be able to execute that in a game setting and get in victory formation, makes, again, I hope you can tell I'm just proud of our young men, and I can't wait to get back to work with